It's time for you to think about selecting a cut Christmas tree. And one of the first things I do when I walk into a Christmas tree lot is to look at the ground. And if there are lots of yellow needles, hey, don't worry. But if there's a half an inch or so of green needles, boy, I think I'd turn around and go to another lot, because that indicates that the trees aren't too fresh. Yellow needles are totally natural. Now, the second thing to do is to look at the different types. For example, this is a beautiful Noble Fir that'll last for quite some time. This is also a long-lasting tree. This is a Frasier Fir. Beautiful shape on them. Look at the color of the needles as well. Long-lasting tree indoors. And then this is another one that lasts for a long time with a very attractive growth habit. This is a Grand Fir. And then probably the most popular of all of the cut trees is the beautiful Douglas Fir, a natural beauty as well. It's not quite as long lasting as the others, but lasts very well in the average home. So once you've selected the right tree, you know, the right shape, and by the way, if you look at trees for about 20 minutes, you maybe better go have a cup of coffee or something after that time, because they all begin to look exactly the same. Now, come back, pick out the tree that you want. Once you've selected the tree that fits your needs, the thing I like to suggest you do is to lift the tree about 2 feet off the ground and firmly hit it on the ground. Pull the tree away, and if there are a lot of green needles, that maybe is not the freshest. But that very seldom ever happens. Nevertheless, you may want to check the tree. Yellow needles, don't worry about. Those are the interior needles. They follow naturally. Now that we've selected this tree, let's take it home, and I'll show you what to do next with it. Now, I brought the tree into the home, but before I did, the very first thing I did when I got home was to cut off part of the base of the tree, at least 1/4 of an inch. And the reason for that is that the clotted resins at the base of the tree will not allow moisture to be taken up through the tree and keep it fresh. So we always cut that off immediately, about at least 1/4 of an inch off the base of the tree. Now, the next thing you'll notice, I made some vertical cuts. That's so that the tree can even soak up more moisture. There's more surface to take up water. Now that I have it in the home, and of course I put the stand on it next. Now that I have it in the home, it's very important that we pour water into the base, and to check that about, probably every, I'd say 4 or 5 days, maybe even more often than that to begin with. Now all that's left to be done is to decorate the Christmas tree, and my wife Myrna is much better suited for that than I am. I hope these tips that I've given you help keep your Christmas tree fresh longer.